Well, most days I'm not even sure that Musk knows what Musk is up to, right? When it comes to cryptocurrency, this has been a week of absolute chaos. On one hand, saying that Tesla will no longer accept Bitcoin, and then on the other hand, saying he's getting more excited about Dogecoin. So is there some kind of through line between those things? Maybe, but if so, I don't think it's obvious to any of us.
Do you think he's helping or hurting the whole crypto effort with the moves this week?
Well, look, he's one of the most famous people in the world, and I think the fact that he himself spends so much time talking and tweeting about cryptocurrency is inarguably having an effect bringing it into the mainstream. Every month, we're seeing more people buy cryptocurrency on platforms like Robinhood, and by all indications, crypto has sort of never been more popular. So I do think it's hard to argue that Musk has been bad for crypto generally.
Let me read you this quote from Bloomberg this morning. Get your reaction to it. Quote, Musk might be in danger of turning himself into an unserious figure, which isn't a great narrative for the CEO of one of this world's largest companies. The stock's down 35% from its peak. He's, of course, speaking of Tesla there, back to a level first reached in November. What do you make of that?
Look, I think being a figure who is willing to joke around has been fantastic for Musk and for Tesla, right? There's a reason this guy is so popular. There's a reason that he hosted Saturday Night Live recently, and it's because people enjoy his sense of humor. It builds a sense of affection between him and the brand among his millions of followers. So, look, don't get me wrong. He's definitely done some unserious things that have landed him in hot water justifiably, but on the whole, Tesla is in great shape, and in part it is because of this public persona.
But this whole idea that Tesla's going to stop accepting Bitcoin for environmental reasons, it's not like we just woke up, Casey, today, and Musk woke up and said, oh, you know what, Bitcoin's bad for the environment, so we need to change. He knew this all along. So why now?
True. Right. Well, so if you don't accept that explanation, and I'm not sure that I do, you can also just look at how volatile Bitcoin is, right? One reason why Bitcoin hasn't made a very good currency is because people are afraid that if they spend it, the price will dramatically go up 5 minutes later and they'll regret ever having made a purchase. It becomes difficult for a company like Tesla to accept those kinds of payments because, of course, you want to sell something at a price that doesn't change all of that much. So that's another explanation I would throw in the mix for maybe why Musk wanted to tap the brakes on accepting payments via Bitcoin.
Now, what about Dogecoin, right? The meme coin, supposed to be one big joke. Now we have another endorsement from him for that. Others are as well. What do we think about that?
Well, it's so funny because on Saturday Night Live, Musk said that Dogecoin was just a hustle, albeit as part of a skit, and the price plummeted. Then a few days later, he comes along and tweets that essentially he's working on it. So he's sort of been all over the place on this. One thing that he has said, though, is that he just personally thinks it would be very funny if the joke currency wound up becoming the real currency. And clearly, a lot of people feel the same way.
Let me ask you this. I mean, how much of crypto is so reliant on Musk and these other big names that we see on TV all the time talking it up? What happens if any part of that goes away? What happens to crypto if that happens?
Well, I think if crypto loses all of its cheerleaders, it's probably going to become less popular. But let's remember why so many people are getting into it in the first place. It is a get-rich-quick scheme. There are people who invested in these cryptocurrencies years ago who are now multi-millionaires. And a lot of people are looking at that, wondering if they have a similar opportunity. So, yes, it's the sort of crypto influencers who are most in our face about these things, but there are millions of people who are buying these currencies every day because they see a really big future there.
Another interesting week for Mr. Musk and company. Casey Newton, thank you very much. Have a good weekend. We'll see you soon.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.